All right, today we're going to talk about why you should not put epoxy on wood and the reasons why. Let's jump right into it. All right, so as a contractor or somebody trying to get epoxy or somebody trying to learn epoxy, I'm sure that you've always heard people, whenever you say you are on wood or something, people are always very hesitant to want to do epoxy. There's a reason why. Usually, the base of a wood is not rigid. It's flexible. It moves. So wood expands and contracts. So what happens is when the wood expands underneath the wood is moving, the epoxy is solid, it doesn't move. And because the epoxy is solid and doesn't move, this movement, whether it's contraction or moving, keeps pushing up the epoxy and it cracks the epoxy. So that's why literally putting wood on epoxy is very, very risky. And that's also why you can't just pour epoxy on hardwood. I know a lot of people always think you could just start a project, just put something down and pour it. What usually happens is the vibrations that happen on the floor will crack that epoxy, and it starts. Just so that you understand a little bit of movement, I know you've seen this before in any floor that you walk on, right? So this happens usually a lot on concrete, and these are hairline cracks. Now, why do these happen? And also, why is it that tiles, when you think about tiles, they have grout in them, right? A lot of people don't understand why there are tiles or sections or seams in concrete. What usually happens is the vibration of the floor when people are walking, when a car is passing, all of those things are causing vibrations on the bottom floor. Okay, and epoxy or concrete is very sturdy, it's hard, it doesn't move. So think about something that doesn't move and there's movement in the middle of it, I mean underneath of it, it's going to crack. That's what these hairline cracks are. And unfortunately for wood is way worse than concrete because it moves based on the temperature. If it's too hot, it expands, it gets bigger. If it's too cold, it contracts. So because all of those things happen, it's going to crack the epoxy. You're going to have cracked epoxy. There is a way to do it, and I'm going to talk about that in the next video. But this is why a lot of people stay away from epoxy. So if you are thinking about just putting epoxy over wood, you cannot just pour epoxy over wood because of the movement. It is going to crack it. And you don't want that. It's going to be a headache for you. It's going to be a headache for the customer that you're working for. Or if you're doing this for you and your home, it's not going to look good because literally when you pour it, probably the first week or so, it will be nice. Over time, because of the movement, it will crack. And you do not want that because fixing that is a headache. All right. So in the next video, we're going to talk about exactly how to do that. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't followed or subscribed, please do. As you see, I'm giving you all tips and tricks about epoxy. And this is why you shouldn't put epoxy on wood. OK, do not pour epoxy on wood. If you haven't learned anything today, do not pour epoxy on wood unless you build this system that I'll talk about in the next video. All right. Enjoy your day. Subscribe for more epoxy information. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.